Okay, everybody. I just want to go over real quick how to do the slides, the thesis statement slide, the introductory paragraph slide, and the concluding paragraph slide, which follow your notes slides. So what I've done is I have made an example for each one of these so you can look at them, but first I'm just going to talk through them real quick. So the first slide you're going to do today is called the thesis statement. Now, your thesis statement is your main idea for your whole entire essay. This is what you're going to prove through your essay, and after somebody's read your paper, they realize to be true. Now, I have set this up with blanks and kind of some guide words here. So blank can be considered blank because blank. If this doesn't work for you, like if you have to change can be considered or because, that's okay. This is just used as a guide. So maybe you would say something along the lines of Adolf Hitler can be considered both a genius and a monster because, and then you would list your reasons why. So let me show you an example real quick. So Reese's peanut butter cups can be considered the best candy ever. All right. So can be considered right there in the middle, the best candy ever because. So what I'm doing is I'm making kind of my statement and then I'm going to prove why. It contains both sweet chocolate and the slightly salty peanut butter, which allows this marvel to appeal to many more people, both young and old. All right. So there's my thesis statement if I'm going to write a research paper about Reese's peanut butter cups being the best candy ever. All right. So that's an example. And then you need to go ahead on this slide and do the same and do your own thesis statement. And I will be checking those before we start writing our paper. After you're done with your thesis statement, you need to do your introductory paragraph. Okay. Your introductory paragraph is going to consist of 3 parts. The last part is your thesis statement. So essentially, you just need to go to your other slide, copy paste it down into here, remove any underlines or whatever. The hook is going to be a shocking fact or famous quote related to your topic. So, like if you are doing like Heinrich Himmler, for example, maybe you would start with a quote by him that really introduces him as the type of person you want everybody to see him as. So you maybe say Heinrich Himmler once said, or if you're doing Hitler, you could say Adolf Hitler once said. And it doesn't have to be a quote by that person. It could even be a quote by somebody else about your person. Okay. Or it could even just be a fact like, throughout the Holocaust, over 6 million Jews were murdered as Adolf Hitler and the Nazis tried to eliminate the Jewish population or something like that. So you can just include a shocking fact. And this can be something that you just look up online. You do not have to cite this one. I'm not going to make you do that. All right. So the hook, shocking fact or famous quote related to your topic. Thesis statement, you've already done it. That's on your other slide. You're going to copy paste it in. And in the middle is your 2 or 3 sentences introducing your focus areas. So if you were doing yours on Adolf Hitler, and let's say your 3 focus areas were his childhood, his rise to power, and then during the Holocaust. All right. What you would do is take just kind of a little bit of each one of those focus areas and introduce it here. And you can do that in 2 or 3 sentences. Like if you want to combine 2 of them, due to Adolf Hitler's failure from art school and a somewhat traumatic childhood, he became, and then you could combine that with the part about introducing or his introduction or rise to power, I guess you could say. So let me show you what this looks like as a whole. And I've highlighted in yellow the parts that I wrote. So my hook, according to USA Today, U.S. consumers, and notice how I said according to USA Today. So you could say according to, President Roosevelt. And then you could put the quote in there. But notice I have it quoted, and I only pulled the quote for the middle part of my sentence, and I made it flow so I didn't have to add a comma at the end of it. So according to USA Today, comma, U.S. consumers are expected to spend $2.6 billion on candy during Halloween alone. So I pulled the part that I needed, and then I wrapped it with or ended it with some words that made it just flow as a complete sentence. So I quoted the part that I took from online directly, and that's okay. Now, 2 to 3 sentences on my focus areas. So I was thinking if I were going to write this paper, I'd do one focus area about it becoming its rise to popularity, which was actually during World War II. and then one about its health content or sugar content or healthiness in comparison to other candy. And then my third one would be about spending and its popularity. All right, so here's what I wrote. Much of this money is spent year round. So I'm referring to the sentence before, if you're wondering why I said that. So much of this money is spent year round on Reese's peanut butter cups, which became popular in the 1940s on account of World War II and the rations on sugar. Now, there you're like, but what is she talking about? Well, I'm going to explain that in my actual essay. This is just an introduction to it. Because of Reese's peanut butter cups' lower sugar content, they can actually be considered a slightly healthier candy choice. Due to its popularity, Americans spend more money on Reese's each year than any other candy. So those are my 3 sentences. Now, it could really use a little bit of work on adding some transitions in there, but I got my 3 sentences down. So for today, we're going to call it good. We're going to make it flow a little bit better later. But right now, I want you to just get your 3 sentences down. And then I copied and pasted my same thesis statement that I wrote on this slide up here. Okay? So these 3 chunks together will be my introductory paragraph. Once you're done with that, you have your concluding paragraph, which is just the opposite of the introductory. Okay, so rather than ending with the thesis statement and starting with the hook, we've flipped them. So the intro paragraph is considered an upside down triangle in that you start broad and you get specific. And the concluding paragraph is the opposite, is a right side up paragraph. So a right side up triangle. We start specific and then we get more broad. So you restate your thesis statement, you restate your summary, and you restate your hook, or you relate back to it. All right. So we do all the same thing, but in different words. So here's my restated thesis statement. The Reese's Peanut Butter Cup has something for everyone. And I felt like it just short and to the point. And then here's my summary. World War II inadvertently gave rise to the chocolatey peanut butter sensation. This orange pocket of goodness allows even the most health-conscious individuals an opportunity to indulge while being able to find some health benefits. On account of its popularity, the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup is the #1 candy purchased each year in the U.S. each year. And then relate back to the hook. And my hook was about the amount of money spent on Reese's each year. So while candy sales are highest during Halloween, it is obvious that Reese's Peanut Butter Cups keep people buying candy all year. And there's your concluding paragraph. So these 2 paragraphs, and on yours it's going to be 3 slides, need to get done today. All right, let me know if you have any questions, and I will post this as help slides along with the video of explaining it, this video. So you can also just pull up just the slides. You don't have to watch the video again if you need help. Have a great day.